prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seats for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Accidental opioid emergencies devastate families every day.
What happened?
He had a bad back.
She was taking prescription opioids.
Could I have
She doesn't want to talk.
Opioid accidents can happen to anyone, yet people remain silent.
You can talk to me.
It was an overdose. An accident.
Help stop overdoses. Reverse the silence. Learn how at reversesilence.org.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Be your own hero.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Good morning. I'd like to call to order the Rules and Operations Committee of the Pierce County Council on April 21st, 2025. The time is 10 a.m. And if the clerk could please call the roll.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Councilmember Denson. Here. Councilmember Herrera. Here. Councilmember Hitchin.
Here.
You have 3 members present. And
3 members present means we have a quorum. Thank you all. We have our agenda, which is our normal, just approving our schedules and council agendas for the week. Any changes or corrections? Seeing none, we will consider the agenda approved. We also have minutes from April 14th, 2025. Are there any changes, additions, or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, we will consider the minutes for April 14, 2025 approved. That brings us to item number 5, which is our meeting schedule for the week of April 28th to May 2nd. It's hard to believe it is already May. Mr. Cox to brief.
Yes. Chair Hitchin, members of the committee, Jeff Cox, council staff. You have in front of you the Pierce County Council meeting schedule for April 28th through May 2nd, 2025. First up, Monday, April 28th, you have the 10 a.m. regularly scheduled Rules and Operations Committee meeting, which we are presently in. At 11 a.m., you have a Monday study session. And on that agenda, you'll be reviewing, under item 3, reviewing the April 28th, April 29th, and April 30th, 2025 council meeting agendas. And you'll be considering, you'll be reviewing a grant application award for the National Fish and Wildlife National Coastal Resiliency Fund, Chambers Creek Dam Planning and Public Works is on your study session agenda. And that's it for the 11 o'clock study session agenda. You have at 12:30 p.m., the regularly scheduled Public Safety Committee has been moved to 12:30 as opposed to 1:30, and you'll be having a special meeting of that committee. And on that agenda, you have Proposal R 2025-143, confirming Arel Soleil, I hope I pronounced that correctly, as Director of the Department of Emergency Management. The final council action date is going to be set for May 6, 2025, and that's pending the April 22nd, 2025 consent agenda approval. Item 6, Pierce County Fire Chiefs Association. You'll be getting a presentation from a number of Pierce County Fire Chiefs. The first up will be Chief Dennis Doan. He's with Gig Harbor Fire Medic 1. Next, you have Chief Jim Sharp of the West Pierce Fire and Rescue. And third up, you have Chief Dustin Morrow, who's with the Central Pierce Fire and Rescue. And finally, you have Chief Matt Medford of Pierce County Fire District number 23. At 6:30 p.m., you have the special council meeting for Council District number 1, and that will be held at Crystal Mountain Resort. And the address for that is 33914 Crystal Mountain Boulevard in Enumclaw. For Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, you have your regular noon Tuesday study session. You have a regular schedule there with the addition of an executive session pursuant to 4231.10.1I of the RCWs. At 3 p.m., you have your regular council meeting. On Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, at 6 p.m., you have a special council district meeting. This is the second one for the week. And that will be for District number 4, Council District number 4. And it'll occur at the University Place, City Hall Chambers, 3609 Marketplace West, Suite 200, University Place. And next on our agenda is a special meeting.
Thank you. Are there any questions about the meeting schedule for the 28th to May 2nd? Hearing none. Vice Chair Herrera for a motion.
Yeah, Chair, I move to approve the meeting schedule for the week of April 28th through May 2nd, 2025.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the meeting schedule for the week of April 28th through May 2nd, 2025. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. That brings us to item 6, which is our council agendas. Mr. Cox, can we do approval of all 3 of those in one motion, or do we do each one separately?
I think it's up to you.
Okay. Well, Vice Chair Herrera, I'm going to let you drive that. We'll start with the first one, and if you want to jump in and approve it separately.
What's that one?
So we have 3 council agendas for item number 6, and so we have the option of approving all of them at the same time or doing each one separately. So I guess I'll let you figure out how you want to do that. Mr. Cox for council agendas.
So the first up, you have Pierce County Council special meeting agenda for April 28th, 2025. There's a 6:30 p.m. Council District Number 1 meeting. That'll occur at Crystal Mountain Resort, 33914 Crystal Mountain Boulevard, Enumclaw. In this particular agenda, your first item is under item 10 on the agenda, other business announcements, and you'll have two items there. And the first is a welcome to Crystal Mountain Resort from Matt Darbus. I hope I pronounced it correctly. He's president and COO of the Crystal Mountain Resort. And under item 2, you have presentation related to Crystal Mountain Resort partnership and events, and that presenter is to be announced. And that is your agenda for the meeting of the Pierce County Council meeting of April 28th, 2025, occurring at 6:30. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you.
I'm just going to roll them all.
We're going to roll them all. So we're going to go on to the next agenda. We don't appear to have any questions, Mr. Cox.
Okay. Then the next meeting agenda is for April 29th, 2025 at 3 p.m. And that's, again, a Pierce County Council meeting. And that's your regular Pierce County Council meeting, to distinguish it from the one you just heard, which was a special meeting. And on that agenda, you have the first item is under item 5, consent agenda. Under B, introduction and scheduling, you have a resolution at 2A, and that's proposal R 2025-146, setting the date of an evening district number 3 council meeting for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Pierce County Public Works Central Maintenance Facility, Outplain Meeting Room, 4812 196th Street East, Spanaway. And that is at the request of Council Member Amy Kruver, and I presume that's her in-district meeting. Under item C, final action, you have two resolutions. The first is proposal R 2025-144, and that's confirming the appointment of one new member, Kim Field, to the Pierce County Conservation Futures and Open Space Citizens Advisory Board to fill an unexpired term. And this will be up for final action. And next you have proposal R 2025-145, and that's a resolution confirming the reappointment of one member, Marcus Young, to the Frederickson Land Use Advisory Commission, also for final action. Under item D, action on grant applications and awards, you have one, and this one I note is pending review at the April 28th, 2025 Monday study session, which will be occurring after this meeting. And that one is a National Fish and Wildlife National Coastal Resiliency Fund grant, and that's for Chambers Creek Dam. Planning and Public Works will be administering it. Next on your agenda, you have under item 8 resolutions. You have two resolutions, R 2025-132, which is related to traffic safety and adopting the Pierce County Vision Zero Action Plan with the goal of achieving zero traffic deaths and serious injuries in Pierce County roadways by 2035. This received a due pass recommendation at the April 8th, 2025 Economic and Infrastructure Development Committee. It's up for final action. Next resolution, R 2025-139S. This is affirming Pierce County's commitment to public safety, equity, and inclusive access to county services for immigrants, refugees, and residents. And this received a due pass as substitute recommendation at the April 15, 2025 Health and Human Services Committee meeting. It's up for final action. Finally, under item 9 ordinances, you have an ordinance removing the county's voluntary participation in the federal E-Verify program by repealing Pierce County Code sections 2106.022, 2106.025, 308.105, 320.050, and 2106.020, and setting an effective date. This received a committee recommendation of due pass at the April 14, 2025 Rules and Operations Committee meeting. It's up for final action. And that is your agenda for April 29, 2025. I'd be happy to answer any questions. And that's the regular council meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Cox. I actually do have a question because I know this won't go to committee, so I just want to verify it actually may go to either Mr. Dominique or Mr. Taylor, that the in-district meeting in place of a council meeting, we do know and confirm that we have Zoom options out in that location where people can engage.
No, okay, we're talking about the one where exactly?
The proposal R 2025-146, because it's in place of a council meeting, I just want to make sure, confirm that we, oh, I'm getting a thumbs up from PCTV, so even better. Okay, we're good. That was my concern. So I'm going to trust that they know what they're talking about. Thank you.
Thank you, PCC.
Okay. Phone a friend. Do you have any other questions? Otherwise, we'll go on to the third agenda. Okay. So we will go to the third agenda for the 30th, Mr. Cox.
Yes, you have in front of you the Pierce County Council special meeting agenda for April 30th, 2025, 6 p.m., Council District Number 4. And the first item you have is under item 7, proclamations, recognitions, awards, and presentations. You have a proclamation of the council and executive designating May 4 through 10, 2025 as Public Service Recognition Week in Pierce County. And this came at the request of Councilmember Ayala and Denson, council members. And next you have a proclamation of the council and executive designating April 27th through the 3rd as Small Business Week in the Pierce County, and that's at the request of Councilmember Ayala. Under item 10, other business, you have 3 items. The first is welcoming remarks and city updates, and that's from Edward Woods, Mayor Pro Tem of University Place City Council. Next, you have Jeff Grover, Parks and Recreation, and he's going to be talking about the Roy H. Murphy Community Center. And the third, you have Gretchen Casarati, Executive Director for the Pierce County Library System, and she's giving a presentation on that system. And then you have your adjournment. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions on any of these agendas? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Yes, Chair, I'd like to make a motion to roll all 3 of these for approval. These 3 council agendas for April 28th, 2025, April 29th, 2025, and April 30th.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve all 3 council agendas for April 28, April 29, and April 30. Any further questions or comments? All those in favor say aye. 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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. That brings us to other business. Is there any other, is the Crystal Judson proclamation in this packet? I thought I read it.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the committee. In your packet, there is a Domestic Violence Awareness Day proclamation. That proclamation is set for tomorrow. We failed to get it in committee last week. So that's in your packet today. Just wanted to get in front of the committee to make sure we had proper approval for that. We have invited Crystal Judson to come. They're bringing some stakeholders with them that do work in this area, so we should have a good turnout.
Okay. So any questions, because we didn't approve it last week formally as part of an agenda? Okay. We'll consider it approved. It is one we do annually. For lots of different reasons, but one of them is a legal reason. And so we will get that read tomorrow. And I've asked Councilmember Yambe, who's the newest board member to Crystal Judson, to read that, which we probably would have talked about today during study session. So any other questions or comments? Okay. Any other business before the committee this morning?
Not on my side.
Okay. Mr. Taylor, anything from your end?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Seeing no other business before the committee, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.